willing to wait until a girl in Cabarrus County is sexually assaulted before we implement reasonable protections? Do we really need to risk emotionally scarring a child for life because adults are afraid of controversy or lawsuits? As a society, we teach biological males to...
Okay, next speaker is Alexis Hughes, who is also speaking on behalf of the group.
I've got some things for you guys. Is Mr. Eisenhower really not? Oh, I got his 20 pages. You're not going to want to have to stand all that.
All right, it goes to the board clerk and she'll distribute
I'll
it.
email her a copy. Well, I'll get from Mr. Eisenhower's actually, since he's not here. He's going to
Okay.
He's there. He
You're...
doesn't want to get caught laughing this time. Okay. All right, guys. Alexis, do I still introduce myself? Sorry. Alexis Hughes, I am founder of You Heard Her. Before I begin, I want to address a separate matter regarding transparency and public accountability. On April 14th, I emailed this board advising that actions occurring during board meetings appeared to violate North Carolina open meetings laws. In that email, I requested a written response within 10 business days. To date, I have not received a formal response. Let this serve as public notice that the lack of response does not make the issue disappear. At the last meeting, board members referenced talks behind the scenes. Discussions regarding public business conducted behind the scenes are precisely what open meeting laws are intended to prevent. Those conversations should occur publicly where taxpayers and parents can hear them. Additionally, at multiple meetings, including the last one, discussions occurred while microphones were muted intentionally from the public broadcast. Transparency matters, public trust matters, and open meetings laws exist for a reason. The board attorney has still not responded regarding FOIA requests submitted more than 22 days ago, nor has he responded to the April 14th email. Frankly, many parents are losing confidence in his ability to legally advise you correctly. Now to the issue at hand. I want to be very clear. This is not about hatred towards transgender students. Every student deserves dignity and respect. And yes, we can care about the budget and also care about female safety in our schools. We are adults. We can walk and chew gum at the same time. I want to be clear about this. Female students deserve dignity, privacy, safety, and respect too. Right now, the absence of a clear policy is placing the burden entirely on girls to defend their own boundaries while adults stand back and do nothing. Multiple female students have independently reported incidences where biological males, outwardly presenting as male but identifying as female, enter the bathrooms, expose their penises purposely to the girls, laugh about it, and tell them nothing can be done. That is not inclusion. That is not safety, and exposing yourself to someone without a consent is against the law. Girls who report these incidents were told nothing could be done because it was he said, she said. Some were then accused of bullying transgender students simply because they voiced feeling uncomfortable. One female student in our district has endured coordinated social media harassment campaigns after speaking up. She has been threatened with violence, targeted with discussions of jumping her, called names in school hallways, and have had slurs and threats written about her in the bathroom walls. Yes, the DA is aware and they are investigating. All because she dared to say she felt uncomfortable. Even more alarming, teachers, counselors, principals, and administrators privately speak to me and admit they are uncomfortable with what's happening, but are too afraid to speak. I have personally been told statements by your staff, our hands are tied until school board creates policy. We are told to allow whatever because they don't want to get sued. And perhaps the most concerning, this issue has made it to where even if a non-trans biological male entered a female space, all he'd have to do is say he was a girl and we couldn't do anything. That should alarm every person in this room, because lack of policy does not just affect trans-identifying students. It creates an environment that can be exploited by anyone with bad intentions. And before anyone says girls have no reason to fear this possibility, they need only look to Loudoun County, Virginia, where in 2021, a biological male student identifying as female sexually assaulted 2 girls in school settings after gaining access to female spaces. Now, does that mean every transgender identifying student is dangerous? Absolutely not. But does it mean that these fears are imaginary? Young girls do not know someone's intentions simply because adults tell them to ignore their discomfort. Are we truly willing to wait until a girl in Cabarrus County is sexually assaulted before we implement reasonable protections? Do we really need to risk emotionally scarring a child for life because adults are afraid of controversy or lawsuits? As a society, we teach biological males to respect a woman's boundaries when she feels uncomfortable. Why should that expectation disappear simply because a biological male now
identifies as a female. Right now, these girls' natural response has been flight, avoiding bathrooms, avoiding locker rooms, staying silent, walking away afraid. But what happens when someday a girl responds with fight instead of flight? What happens when young girls are repeatedly taught that adults will not protect them? North Carolina law defines sex as biological male and biological female. The solution here is not cruelty, it's clarity. Since the board's attorney has thus far failed to provide timely guidance, I provided you all with a proposed board policy that has been vetted by 3 different attorneys that specialize in education law. It is asking that you create a policy saying you use the bathroom for your biological sex. That aligns with state law. Create a neutral gender bathroom that anyone and their mama can use if they don't care. And that is the accommodation. That is how you don't single students out. Also included in that is the attorney's actual legal breakdown explaining how doing the policy I gave you will protect you in a lawsuit. And if you get sued, I will GoFundMe, I will talk so loud, the Defense Alliance, we will raise money for you. And our commissioners will stand behind you. Do the right thing for these girls.